Alright guys, so we are having another video over here, so in which we'll be seeing that how uh, how our Django program will run when we talk about in terms of expressions or something like this, right? So basically, what do we want? Yeah, sure. Right? So what I really want from here, again, this is creating a problem. Just for a sec. I want to share entire things, not a single entire. So let's see. What I really want in the terms of output or result, I want to run a program in which I'm providing two values, two entry values, and I want some kind of output out of it, right? So basically, I wish to perform the arithmetic operations on a particular Django website. Right? Because the sites are dynamic in nature. We want to do some mathematical operations, we want to store some data somewhere. So definitely after this we require the backend connectivity. First of all, let's see that how the expressions can be given by doing this, all such kind of things, and if we press the submit button, then what will be the output of it immediately. So for this, again, I'm moving towards my Hello World project in which app one is created inside the Hello World main project and Hello World main project is there, right? So for this, where were we? We have seen up to what place that we have put a lavender background color of our screen, and we put some kind of hello Saraswati College of Engineering title was put there, and then like these things are going on. Now I really want some kind of expressions to be to on which we work on, right? So if you want some dynamic expression, then I will have to create in every HTML file, I have to create some kind of form, right? So in the form, you want to see what exactly it works like. So you just have to scroll your mouse over there, so you can get the definition of that particular thing, right? So form does what? Action creates. It creates some action, right? So in this, I'm giving a variable named expression. Sorry, yes, it's a kind of function here. So expression is the function on which I'm going to do some kind of operation. Okay. So for that, what I really want, I have to create first value. So this one is a comment, and I need to input some value of type, and the values will be there. Where exactly it will be written in the text box. So the name of the text box will be text one. Similarly, second value I want to put, because what I really want to do, I want to perform a simple basic mathematical operation that is known as C is equals to A plus B. This one, this kind of operation I wish to perform. Okay? So for this, in an HTML file, I'm giving some kind of input. I'm taking some kind of input from the user. So what kind of box it will be? It will be of text box type, and the name of the text box will be text. Now, what I really want after that, I want to submit that button. There are two values which I'm getting from here, right? In the terms of input, I want to submit that input. So what kind of type it will be? Submit type button, right? So this is how it will complete. So form I have opened here, form I am closing here. Now from here, I want to add this part. I want to have definition or the declaration of this particular expression function. So for that, we always move to the view file. So in the view, I have created an expression here in which again I am passing the parameter request because I want to take a help from the local server here. So I am putting an expression a is equals to request, and get is a function which helps in fetching out the text information, the name of this text from this particular file. Which file? a.html. So now what I'm doing here, text1 is the name of my first information, and text2 is the name of my second information. Guys, please keep this thing in mind that these particular things always come into the rectangular braces, right? Many times in Django, we get confused that with the use of braces, then creates a problem always. Now, I simply wish to have what C is equals to A plus B kind of expression. Okay? Any request where also I'm fetching A from this function and I'm fetching B from this function. Wherever you put your mouse or cursor, you come to know that how I am getting this particular value and what is the base of that particular value, from where I am getting the value. Right. Now, once I am having a function, then I have to return some value from it. So where I have to return this value, I have to render this request. The request which I have done here, made here, now I have to render this request. In terms of what? In terms of some output file. And what will be this output file will be having? It will be having some result which is stored in C. So I have to write this particular result into curly braces. Right? So now if I'm saying HTML file, output.html, so where exactly this HTML file is? So initially we have to create this particular HTML file. Where we have to create? Inside the templates, I always create my HTML file. So the first HTML file I took for to giving some kind of input to my particular file to perform some kind of operation. Now the result which I am getting after this particular place, I have to hold it into some kind of output file, right? So where is this output file is? Here is this output file. So in this particular HTML output file, I have created this thing, very simple, template, new, HTML file, file name, and that is it. So I'll be getting an output file over here. So output file is here, and in that output file, I am simply giving within the body, I am giving what? Some result. Result is again in the curly braces. It helps in fetching out some details, right? So this is how my expression is being working here. So I am getting this value here. A is equals to request get text1 and request get text2 from here. Then output HTML is there, and from this place I am getting this result. Now, what else is required? Else is required that whatever expression I have created, wherever I create any kind of function, I have to mention that particular function or the URL in the app1.urls.py, right? So, in this particular folder, I have to make the system know that what kind of work I am doing. So I'm calling a function name. What I'm creating a page for profile page, right? So what kind of page name it is? Expression. What I really wish to view from here, I wish to view this expression function here. So I wish to name that particular expression page as expression view. Alright guys, so this is the way I put it into here. Now, do I need to something in the hello world URLs? No, because it is already the part of app1.urls and we have already called it here, right? So this is what my basic program is. So what I am having here settings.web, I do not need it. So I keep it at undefined and the requirement of HTML. Hello world, do I need it? No, I do not even need this. So I require only a few files that is app1, use.py, HTML, output.html, a.html. So these four are the basic files on which I am working. A.html is taking input of mine in this particular values. Output.html will hold the value of result of my values in this particular page, output page. And use.py will help me in providing the expression whatever way I want to show to the user, and app.1 will help me out in letting me the path, where exactly the path is and how it is going to work, right? So that's it. So I have to save it. Control S is the command to save it. See, save all. I'm having so many pages, I have to store it, save it once time, at one moment of time. So I'll use it. Control S. Now. What is the requirement here? I wish to run this terminal. Okay. Now I have to run. Alright, so control plus break. If you are here, if you are in between of something and you want to get out of that particular situation, then you have to press control plus break so that you come out of that particular thing. Okay. Now what I have to do? Manage Python manage.py run. So I'll run this program. Let's see what happens here. This one is the program of mine. Okay, so I got two text entries here. So in this I am putting some one value. In this again I am putting some one value, and 1 plus 1 answer should be 2. So what kind of answer we are getting here is 11. So did you come to understand the concept what that is trying to do? It is not a wrong answer, it is actually a correct answer, but in terms of what, that it is actually fetching two strings here. So it is finally doing the concatenation of two strings, right? But actually, I don't want this kind of thing. I want this particular value to be an integer type, this particular value again to be an integer type, and final result which is to be stored should be of integer type. So what I will do, I will do some kind of typecasting here. Integer here, and integer is there, and press method, then again that integer here, and press enter. Then control S is the command to save my data. Now let's see, it is again getting reloaded. Now finally we see what happened. I'm taking only two values, one plus basic. I'm getting answer at two, right guys? So you have to keep few small things in mind whenever you do such kind of operations, right? So is it of integer type? Then integer. If you wish to do something else, you can always welcome to do such kind of things, right? So this is how a basic program will work. And what else I just to want to let you know here, many times we do some kind of mistake, right? Right. In this path, whenever we put some expression here, right? So at the end of every path, put comma, right? So so that a system will come to know, okay, fine. After showing the output of this particular site, I have to move on another URL page, then I have to move on another URL path, and so on, right? So this is what the URL patterns is. Many times what happens, whenever we add an expression, we simply forgot that column. So keep this thing in mind. If this red underscore line is being shown, this means you are missing something here, right? So it is there. I put in my comma here so that underscore red line is being moved from this place. So this is how a basic program to do some kind of expressions will work. Now I have a question here. What question I do have? I am again doing some refreshing of this particular screen from here. I wish to know that whatever result I am getting, it is saying that it is getting stored somewhere, right? So, is this particular result is storing somewhere? I don't really think that it is getting stored. Like whenever I am having new expression, then it will override the result, and again so many times the overwriting of the same variable will go on, right? Why this thing is happening? Because this active dynamic page is not connected to a database as of now, right? So in the coming video, we will see that how can we connect a database so that whatever expression or whatever value we are putting here will be stored in some kind of database, because it is database connectivity is one of the soul of any kind of programming language. So we'll quickly shift to that place, and so that later on, if you have to create an initial database of yours, you can always create it. Alright guys, so practice this all, because all of whatever the things I'm trying to tell you are very simple in understanding, and only thing which you require is from your side is the practice, right? More and more you practice, more and more you come to know. I know this thing initially you are, it's very difficult for you to understand from which file where I have to move, from which place where I have to move. So keep this thing in mind and we can work out, right? Okay, thank you so much for today. Next lecture we will be doing the database.